What's going on, everyone? Sports back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be doing another free agent target possibility for the Toronto Raptors. In this video, I'm going to be doing Nick Claxton, of course, the center of the Brooklyn Nets. He's one that I really like. He's a restricted free agent, but he has some perks. The Brooklyn Nets are rumored to not being interested in matching a potential offer sheet for Nick Claxton. Simply because they have too many centers on the roster right now. They have LaMarcus Aldridge, they have Andre Drummond. They have some names that really they can be used. So obviously for the Brooklyn Nets being in win now mode, Nick Claxton doesn't necessarily bring the same value that some of the other guys do. Of course, if you look at some of those other guys they've got, like Drummond and of course like Aldridge and even you could even throw in Blake Griffin. They have some experience, so that obviously helps. They have lots of size on that team, so they don't lack that. So it's good for the Raptors. Although he's a restricted free agent, you kind of treat him as a unrestricted free agent because of the fact that the Brooklyn Nets aren't expected to match an offer sheet. So if Nick Claxton accepts the Raptors' offer, he would just come on with the Raptors at no cost other than his contract. And I think that this is a real possibility. You take a look at the Toronto Raptors, who at the trade deadline, according to a few very reliable sources, Zach Lowe being probably the top one, followed by Mark Stein. Those are very credible sources that said that the Toronto Raptors nearly traded for Nick Claxton at the deadline for the exact first-round pick with the exact protections that they had to get rid of to get the Goran Dragic contract out of Toronto. Of course, they got Goran Dragic out of Toronto with that pick, so they weren't able to get Claxton, but I guess they think that they have a good shot to get him and bring Nick Claxton to Toronto this coming off season. So we'll see ultimately how that plays out. But apparently Nick Claxton also has interest in joining the Raptors, so this could be a win-win for both sides and something that I could really see happen, and I really hope it happens. I like Nick Claxton. I think he's a solid option. I think he's done some good things in his NBA career. He's still super young. He's 23, doesn't turn 24 till the playoffs. Next playoffs, he was drafted in the second round, first in the second round, so 31st overall back in 2019. Of course, since the Brooklyn Nets drafted him in 2019, he has played in 3 seasons, and he's played a total of 94 games over the course of his career. He started 20 of them, and he's put up some decent numbers, just under 7.5 points per game and five rebounds per game in 18 minutes per game over his career. Last season, he was very good. He averaged over 5.5 rebounds and just under 9 points a game in 20 minutes of action. He doesn't shoot the three, but his field goal percentage, he's very efficient. He's just under 70%. His free throw percentage isn't very good, but he climbed up. From last year, he climbed up 11%. So there's obviously improvement there. And of course, we all know how the Raptors develop players and shots. How a player shoots is not something that the Raptors look at because they know that they can develop that. They've developed shot. A lot of players shot, and they feel like they could probably develop some even more players' shots. So I don't think that's a concern for the Raptors. I think he really has the upside of being a 6'11" center that weighs 215, and he's going to get in there, and he's going to use his size. He's going to be able to get rebounds for you, and I think I don't really know if he necessarily starts. He's a very similar player, Mo Bamba, who I did break down and potential free agent target on him as well. I think they're similar players. They'll start some games, but I think for the most part come off the bench. If they play a full 82-game season, they'll probably start 20 to 25 of them with injuries and just certain matchups. So the Raptors have a lot of good players that they could start, but this move would provide some serious depth, and he would be a guy that plays 25 minutes a night. He would be very, very good off the bench, so he would be a nice add for the Raptors, and I'm excited to see if they can get him. I think it's a real possibility to get Nick Claxton. I think there's mutual interest from both sides, and I think that the Raptors Being that they went after him in the during the regular season means that they'll probably do the same and pursue him in the off season. We'll see how that ultimately plays out. I'm excited to see how this off season plays out for the Raptors, and I'm sure you guys are too. But that's all I got in this video. You guys leave a comment down below your thoughts on Nick Claxton. Will he come to the Toronto Raptors? I think it's a strong possibility. I'm not going to predict it, but I think it's definitely possible. But you guys let me know all that good stuff down below in the comment section. As always, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. And as always, let's go Raptors.